Well, what do you know, what do you see? Welcome to Reaction Review. We're going to review the VirtualFly TQ6 Throttle Quadrant. So let's get on with an unboxing and pip pip. TQ6. So for the throttle quadrant from VirtualFly. Now, I just opened the box. We've got a USB for drivers. I don't think you'll need them. A few screws. I believe you can clamp this to the table as well as the yoke of the yoke. Instructions. And I'm going to have to do some aerobatics here with my hands to get this out of here. You'll notice it doesn't have all nice fancy packaging like you would have in the store or in the shop. That's because this is factory made. This is part of professional flight simulators. So they're very, very high quality. So they don't have the nice packaging as you would expect from a shop, but that's fine. It's professionally made. It looks, this box was thrown around a bit. I wasn't pleased about that at all. So let's hope nothing's damaged inside. I'll show you a video here to see on the screen here to see what the damage was. So I'm gonna have to do some aerobatics here, I guess. The whole thing comes out. Box away. Looks okay. Brilliant. Okay, so you know what? They give you the clamps. VirtualFly, I believe, do not give you the clamps, and they're really good clamps. Yoke of the yoke is a very good clamp, and it doesn't appear to come loose on my desk. Okay, but if it did become loose, you just put Velcro on the back. You know, you get it in the hardware store for half nothing. So, yeah, okay, nice, all metal. You know, everything from VirtualFly is all metal and hardy, and it'll last forever. And the reason I spend so much money in this is I'll have it forever. You know, 10 years, I might need this for a month and come back to it, or half a year, but you'll always have it. So that's the important thing. So let's just do some aerobatics with my hand here. And they really have done a job on the packaging. I don't want to rip it apart necessarily. Oh, there we go. Some clever little bits. Oops, get the camera angle there. Yeah. Oh, got a hole in my sock. So what? What are you going to do about that? It's heavy. It looks cool. Looks kind of cool. Let's put it here on the desk. Yeah, you got to get the two together. Why have cotton when you can have silk? Oh, it's all metal. Everything's metal. Interesting. Nice kind of firm. Oh, that's very nice. And the feel of these things are important. All the bits and pieces inside there. Let me turn on the... Okay, you can see all the bits and pieces there. So this is your throttle for a typical twin. Okay, so that's your throttle back. Increase in power. These are props. Whoops, I haven't clamped it down yet. And your mixture for your fuel. Okay. And you know what? It feels really cool. It feels like a real airplane, actually. I have to admit, I've flown the real aircraft before, and I've never had anything as expensive as this. I've had the Satec control, and they're all plasticky, and they work fine, you know, and I've been happy with them for years. But this is much better than the Satec, but the Satec's much cheaper, and it does the same job. But you know, I just like the detail here, and you can adjust. Oh, right, okay. You can adjust the tension quite a bit. It would appear. Tighten it up a bit more here and see. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's like the real thing, you know. It can be tough. There's one less tough than the other. No, that's fine. Yeah, that's pretty good. They're spaced well. You know, they are spaced very well, and that pleases me greatly. Let's clamp it up. I'm going to pause the video here because, well, I only have two hands. Okay, yeah, those little screws I would imagine are to possibly fasten to your physical platform or desk or whatnot. I'm going to use the rubbery ones, and I know what you're saying. You're going to say, well, why did you read the instructions? I don't read instructions. Okay, so there, take that. How'd you like them apples? So there you go, fairly easy. Nice and clamped in. Let's loosen it up a bit. Let's turn it around. And I got it back to front. Oh, brilliant. What a tool. Oh, man. Alright, I've got it back on the right way. So, let's pop it on here. Ugh. It's heavy. I'll give it a little spacing because I think I got to tweak it up here. Just make it so it fits really well. Fits really well onto a desk, and you know what? It doesn't have to be a thick desk. Which way do I go? It doesn't have to be a thick desk, a thin desk. I wouldn't recommend a glass desk, but I have a very thin platform here for my seat here for my simulator stuff, which is going to change dramatically today. So let's just tighten this up. Wrong way. Okay. I'll just speed this up a little bit. There we go. Right, so mixtures. Oh yes, okay, yeah, I read about this. There's a little detent here. See that? It's subtle and well, it's not subtle. It's a big clank. So you can see here. It's finished. Interesting, very interesting. So this tells me, I'm reading about this, is that you can have reverse thrusters. So if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 engines, right? You can have reverse thrust. So you can reconfigure this for 737. So here's your power. You can have one for your flaps and one for your spoilers, etc., etc. So it can all be reconfigured. So this looks pretty good. So I'll go onto the flight simulator and see how this feels. Okay, I'm pleased so far. Okay, here we go. So we're in the Beechcraft now, and just to show you, throttle number 1. Oh, number 2, excuse me. Don't make that mistake. Number 1. Can't really see the screen now. I have to use my other hand here. Sorry for the portrait here. I just have to do it because you can't see both. So, you know, the controls are really quite realistic in their feel. And by the way, the throttle, as you can see, is shaped different than the props. The props are of a different shape to the mixtures. That's because, you know, you should really look where you're putting your hands in an aircraft, but the reason they're shaped like that is you can kind of put your hands on and know which one you have your hand on if you can't see them. Night flying, etc. like that. So it's good for night flying, basically is what I'm saying. So the action is very good. You know, it's a real action. It's realistic. You know, and when you're sinking the engines, it's really nice feel to it. You know, it really is. It's quite good. So when you can set, oh, there go the engines. So it really is quite good. It really is. So, you know, is it worth the money? Look, that's what I'll discuss next. So yeah, that's the T4. It's very easy to set up, very quick to set up. No point showing you. If you want me to show you how to set it up, do put in a comment and I'll have a look and explain how to set it up. But there's set up there at the moment. It looks pretty good. The two together, well, as I said, why have cotton when you can have silk? Once again, you'll have that forever. You'll have this forever. So that's my attitude to it. Okay, now for the summary. So for summary, it's pretty good. And now it does cost €542. Put delivery on top of that. Again, it's quite expensive. But, you know, it's going to last forever, and I know I'll always have it because I always go back to sim every now and again, especially in the winter time. And moreover, for teaching students, you know, this is for real flight simulators, for commercial FAA approved stuff, so this and the yoke. So yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, the things about it is like it's all metal. It feels real, and that's the immersiveness you want, especially if you're in VR. Okay, the spacing between them is quite good as well. But there's a little thing. Let me just show you here. So the only thing I don't really like very much, some people may like to see this gap here. These little gaps. It would be nice in the real thing. You have kind of a mesh, kind of a horse hairs intermingling here, so pennies and things don't drop in here. Now, I'm sure it's not a problem, but I just thought it would give it a nice touch. Also, you can adjust the tension for all the controls, so you can have them as stiff or as loose as you like. And this one here is for the throttle. This one here is for these two guys here, the mixture and the pitch, the prop pitch. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. What other things does it have? Well, it's heavy, it's real, it works well, it works very well in flight sim, it's well built. Other than that, it is what it is. What's the difference, however, between this and the Cytec? Yeah, I've used it for quite some years, and it's fine. It's just, I accept what it is, and that's it. And it's been fine, except for the following. Now, you can buy 2 of these. They're at £60 each on Amazon. So, you know, the problem I've always found, especially in VR, is when I go to grab the throttles, you grab 3, or you're going to have to really aim your hand properly. Now, with the VirtualFly ones, you don't have to because there's a big gap. Now, look, there's no gap here. Do you know what I mean? Well, at least between 2 and 2, you want a gap, and that's not realistic. Okay, and that's always bothered me a little bit. Also, come on, guys, adults' hands, please. It's not all kids that play Flight Simulator. Look, before you say anything, the difference between men and boys is the price of the toys. So, with this one, would I use it again? Look, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next review, and that's all I have to say about that.